Thank you for tuning back in, everyone. How often do you ever catch up with your sponsor for a non-sales call after you already sold them something? Let's figure out what the benefits are of doing that. Stay with me. If you're working within the event business, you're going to be selling to a lot of different type of customers. You're going to have those that have purchased the more entry-level type of packages, such as a standalone exhibition stand, to those that decide to be more prominently involved with your conference. They could be having a speaking slot, they could be having a side event, some major branding activation, etc, etc. So there is going to be different type of hand-holding requirements going on there. And if you want to deliver the most outstanding type of customer service, you want to be making sure that you're not neglecting anyone, but you're obviously focusing more attention on those that are going to have more meaty participation and there are going to be more requirements going on. Because also the people that have purchased a bigger package and more items from your catalog are also those that are more likely to have something wrong going on within the delivery process. With this in mind, even if it's your customer responsibility to ultimately deliver the best possible performance on site on the day of the event, if something for whatever reason goes wrong, or if something unexpected gets thrown at them that has any sort of effect in their ability to generate an ROI from your conference, you're going to inevitably get their fingers pointed at, and you're going to be directly paying the consequences of it, because they're not going to renew. Chances are they're not going to come back, and you would have wasted months and months worth of work in trying to get them on board prior to the event for basically not long-term outcome or results like you would like to have. If you want to be one of those transactional salespeople out there that just sign contracts and then move on and then forgets about their customer and it doesn't touch base, and you don't even know what happened on the day, when you're not even asking yourself why they're not coming back to you or why they're not renewing your contract and why they've just gone on a missing list, then just go ahead. Maybe your ecosystem is so big that you've got so many prospective sponsors that you can just forget about the ones you signed up. But believe me, there is a very, very detrimental effect of doing that, especially if you're working in an industry where people are moving around from provider to provider. If you're going to be in this market for a long time, the best thing you can do is to build long-term relationships with people. And the way you're going to do that is by moving away the perception that you're only there to try to sell them products. That's what 90% of people are doing out there. Okay, so actually it's easier than what you think to change that perspective, because all you need to do is essentially to just catch up with them every now and then just ask them how they're doing. Just ask them how you can be helpful. Just ask them if they've got any questions. Just ask them if they need any tips on how they can maximize from your event. Email them or call them just to give them a little bit of piece of news about the conference. You've got maybe a couple of new exciting speakers that came on board. Just drop them an email to let them know about it. You may have a little incentive in place that doesn't require any kind of financial commitment. Make sure that they know that they are the first people that you are thinking about when that comes up. You basically want to move away from that customer salesman type of dynamic and try to build a rapport as much as possible, even at some kind of informal type of level. You're not going to be able to do that with everybody, because some people are more, strictly professional. They don't want to be talking to you about anything else but the job. But some people are going to open up. You'll be surprised as soon as you start showing some interest in their personal life. Try to find some common ground. Try to remember a little piece of nugget of information when they tell you, so that the next time you speak to them and you ask them about it, then they're going to think about, oh, this guy's been listening. This guy is just not there to sell me something. He's actually trying to build a relationship with me. Okay, it could be something about sports, it could be something about families, it could be something about holiday. Maybe you've got the same type of hobby. Maybe they've, maybe you've got some kind of similarities in some shape or form. Believe me, that really, really helps. But going back to the professional type of element of it, start getting to the habit of setting up some recurrent calls from the moment that they've signed up to the moment of the event. Okay, these calls, they're simply for you to check up on them. Is everything okay? Do you need any support? give them basically a piece of information or anything valuable that they can use to maximize the event. And as you get closer to the event, that's when you want to accelerate with those catch-ups. You want to basically make sure that they understand that you are there for them and you are going to be their best buddy on site on the day if you're going to go to the event, or you're going to have their back if they need to, because most people are just going to be forgetting about their customers, whereas you're going to be the one that is actually going to be there to make sure that their service is delivered 360 degrees, and in case anything goes wrong, they know who they can call to make things right. Okay? And there's only so much that you can do, because you can't physically control their performance on the day. You can't physically control the conversation they're going to have on site. But having those recurrent customer management calls prior to the event is going to have a very, very beneficial effect, especially when there is no sales element at all. Okay? They're going to think that you are basically there just to make sure that they are having a good run. Try to give them access to as many resources as possible as you can. Try to give them access to as many people in the business that they can from different functions. Let them speak to the producer. Let them speak to the operation person. Let them know that whatever they need, you're going to be there and you're going to make things happen to a limit, right? What you don't want is for them to basically rely on you for the success of the event, okay? Then there is so much you can do, right? You can't control the conversation they're going to have on site, you can't control the attitude that they're going to have on the day, but the more you're putting effort in trying to make sure that everything goes as planned and that they are fully prepared and there are no surprises, the more likely is that things are going to get smooth. And sometimes you're going to win, sometimes you're going to lose. But believe me when I say that if you are not giving up on your customer the moment that you've signed the contract and you're staying on top of them throughout the entire process from the day they sign to the event, chances are that they're going to return and they're going to have a positive perception about you and about your business. Okay guys, I hope this was helpful. If you've got any questions, feel free to drop some notes on the comments, and if not, then we'll see you on the next one. Thank you.